Hey there, this is Women on the Brink. I'm your host, Chris Jeffrey, a registered acupuncturist and wellness advisor with a passion for helping women live happier and more balanced lives. When I'm away from work, I'm usually outside in nature, either walking the seawall or I'm hiking in the mountains. And like many of you, my life has been filled with moments of hardship, some that I thought I couldn't overcome and really left me questioning my own strength. But through these challenges, I discovered resilience, courage, and a renewed sense of purpose. So I'm here to share not just my journey, but the lessons I've learned, and to remind you that no matter what obstacles come your way, there's always a path forward. And just to let you know, this podcast is not prescriptive, it's an offering. So please take what resonates with you and leave the rest.
So, welcome back to the podcast. So, today's episode comes from a really tender place in me. The world feels pretty heavy for a lot of us right now. There's a lot going on in Iran, the US, Russia, war, politics, lots of outrage, plenty of fear. It's all very loud and it's exhausting to hold it in your nervous system.
We interrupt this broadcast to bring you some breaking news.
And yet, I keep noticing something else happening underneath the noise. Women are rising. I mean, is anybody else noticing this? We're starting to put ourselves first. I mean, I even heard that there's a rise in male loneliness because straight women are choosing not to partner up with men. And we aren't rising in the way, the news shows us, not with speeches or power suits or slogans, but more in our kitchens, in community halls, in beading circles or pottery classes, in gardens and hiking trails. In quiet acts of care that are literally holding the world together. And today, that's what I want to talk about. So, we know women are leading movements around the world. I mean, there's lots of women doing a lot of great in those leadership roles. I mean, we see them in Iran and in Ukraine and in conflict zones and courtrooms. But if I'm honest, the big global stories are starting to feel far away to me, almost unreal, right? Because what feels real to me right now are the women close to home. So those are the ones whose names won't even make the headlines, but their presence changes everything. So I think about Indigenous and Métis women in our communities. I think about Black women, immigrant women, and women of the global majority carrying generations on their back. And I think about Caucasian women too, quietly unraveling old roles, learning how to feel again, trying to become something truer than what they were taught to be. And I think about the women who are speaking out about domestic violence and femicide right now. This is really big in our local community. I think about the women who organize food when someone is sick, the grandmothers who keep language alive in their kitchens, and the women who are hosting classes that are not just about art, but about processing grief and trauma together. And also the women who hold ceremony. These women are not doing nothing. They're doing the slow, sacred work of repairing what colonization and poverty, patriarchy, and violence tried to break in us. That is women rising, in my opinion, and it's deeply revolutionary. So, in Indigenous worldviews, care is not soft, it's actually very structural, and it's how communities survive. Métis women especially have always been, bridge builders. carrying culture, family, and resilience when the system failed them. And they don't just hold families, they hold continuity. And this connects to something I've been learning lately from some of my spiritual teachers. So they say that even our thoughts are a form of action. Every single thought carries this invisible energy of either love or fear, expansion or contraction. And that energy ripples outward. And I mean, Indigenous cultures have known this, that intention matters, that how you cook, how you speak, how you touch the land changes the field around you. So, when a woman shows up with love, like when she's cooking and listening and resting, praying, or simply staying present, she's not withdrawing from the world. She's regulating it. And this is damn powerful stuff. And I mean, that's how healing travels. And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm tired. Not, I need a nap tired. It's more nervous system tired. So right now, my version of me rising looks like meditation first thing in the morning, a lot of sleep. I mean, I'm not a good sleeper, and right now I'm sleeping 8 to 10 hours a night. It's about quiet interactions. It's about good, nutritious, nourishing food and listening to what I actually need in the moment. And, this shows up in the smallest, most humane ways. So this week, I got a message from a former female patient of mine. And out of the blue, she just texted and said, "Hey, you know what? I was thinking of you today. Would you like to join me for a yoga class and a coffee?" And I have to say, that was it. It was just a simple invitation, but honestly, it made my whole day. And again, it's not because it was big or dramatic, it was because it was kind and thoughtful and connective. And through small gestures that just say, "I see you, I'm thinking of you, and you matter." This is really special, right? This is important to women. So I think that's how we women hold each other up. The other thing that's really become apparent is that I've noticed that when I keep my own energy steadier and kinder and more grounded, that becomes something I pass on to the people I work with and the people I love. And I think too, I mean, that too is women rising. And so, what if this is actually how the world changes? Like, what if the real revolution isn't the louder voices, but more regulated nervous systems? What if women cooking and resting and teaching and tending and listening and holding space for one another? What if this is doing more to stabilize the world than any politician? Because that's what women have always done in all traditional cultures in the world within their communities. They keep the fabric of life from tearing. So today I want to leave you with this. You don't have to save the world to be a part of its healing. You just have to stay connected to your own light. And I mean, think of one woman who has quietly made your life better. I'm lucky because I can think of so many women who have supported me. Maybe send her a message, say thank you, or do like one act of kindness or care in her honor, because that's really how the waves begin, really quietly, gently. And with each small act, they gather momentum and rippling out further than we often realize. This has been Women on the Brink. May we all rise in whatever ways we can.